Welcome to Urban Legends Uncovered, your spine-tingling journey through the world of urban legends and spooky lore. Here's your host, paranormal expert, Mark Sellers.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Urban Legends Uncovered, the podcast where we venture into the realm of the unexplained and the eerie. I'm your guide today, Mark Sellers, and I'm thrilled to dive into one of the most captivating tales from World War II, the infamous ghost blimp of San Francisco Bay. This story encapsulates not just mystery, but layers of historical intrigue, folklore, and cultural resonance that continue to captivate the imagination of many. Set in the tense atmosphere of World War II, the ghost blimp saga unfolds at a time when the line between reality and myth was often blurred. On the morning of August 16, 1942, a giant gray blimp lifted off from Treasure Island Naval Base in San Francisco Bay. The L-8 airship carried two crewmen, Lieutenant Ernest DeWitt Cody and Ensign Charles Ellis Adams. Both were experienced Navy men, calm under pressure, trained in aircraft procedures, and familiar with the region. Their mission was straightforward, a routine anti-submarine patrol off the coast of California, a response to the growing threat of Japanese submarines prowling near American shores. The flight began like any other. Clear skies, calm wind, no sign of trouble. The men checked in via radio around 7:50 a.m., reporting nothing unusual. They were 4 miles off the coast of San Francisco, near the Farallon Islands. Then, silence. At 8:50 a.m., a cryptic final message crackled over the radio. They were investigating a possible oil slick, a sign of a submarine below the surface. After that, nothing. No distress call, no mechanical failure reports, no warning. And yet, 5 hours later, the L-8 reappeared, slowly drifting inland. It passed over the beaches and rooftops of Daly City, sagging in the middle. Something was clearly wrong. Then it came to rest, gently crashing into a residential street. The blimp's envelope burst on impact, draping itself over power lines and homes like a great gray ghost. But here's the part that launched this story into legend. The gondola was empty, no sign of a struggle, no blood, no parachutes missing. The radio was intact. The safety harnesses had not been used. The lifeboat was still secured. The blimp had been set to automatic, but with no one aboard. Cody and Adams had simply vanished. The Navy launched an immediate investigation. Witnesses along the coast reported seeing the blimp descending unusually low near the oil slick, then rising again, but no one saw the men fall or parachute out. The blimp had dropped 2 smoke markers, suggesting the crew had indeed been tracking something in the water. Yet the aircraft was in good enough condition to stay aloft and return to land. The engine still worked, fuel was sufficient, and all equipment was functional. Whatever had happened, it wasn't mechanical failure. The Navy was tight-lipped. The official explanation? Unknown cause. Rumors swirled. Equipment malfunction, a freak accident, or, as some whispered, enemy action. But there was no wreckage, no signs of gunfire, and no way to explain why 2 trained servicemen would abandon ship mid-flight without a mayday. To this day, no bodies have ever been recovered. No wreckage has washed ashore. No trace of Cody or Adams has surfaced. That's where the legend takes over. Some believe they were abducted, not by the Japanese, but by something else, something not of this world. UFO researchers point to the eerie timing, summer of 1942, just weeks after the infamous Battle of Los Angeles, when panicked anti-aircraft fire lit up the night sky at the sight of a mysterious flying object. Others note that the Pacific coast was home to numerous wartime anomalies, radar glitches, missing vessels, and strange lights seen from military outposts. The blimp, they say, flew into something it shouldn't have, and only the vessel returned. Another theory, the men weren't abducted, they were extracted. Some conspiracy researchers suggest the L-8 mission was a cover for a secret intelligence operation. Cody and Adams may have discovered something they weren't meant to, and the ghost blimp was a convenient way to erase them from the records. It's worth noting, this wasn't a backwater patrol. Treasure Island was a major naval hub, and that very airship, the L-8, had once been used in Goodyear promotions over sporting events. This was no obscure flight. The Navy eventually reconditioned the blimp, quietly returned it to service, and said nothing further. The final report stated no foul play, and the case was officially closed. But if you stand near the street where the gondola came to rest, at 419 Bellevue Avenue in Daly City, locals will tell you the air that day was different. The silence of the blimp's descent, the impossibility of it arriving home, alone. We love legends because they fill in the gaps where logic fails. Two men, no parachutes, no distress call, no answers. Just an empty aircraft, returning like a messenger from the unknown, and leaving behind one of America's most enduring wartime mysteries. That is the legend of the ghost blimp. In conclusion, the ghost blimp of San Francisco Bay remains one of those curious cases that blurs the line between legend and reality. As much as we yearn for definitive answers, perhaps the value lies not in unraveling the mystery, but in the mystery itself, the story's capacity to engage, inspire, and provoke thought. These legends, while rooted in specific historical contexts, transcend them to become symbols of larger existential queries about humans' place in the universe and our never-ending search for the unknown. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the annals of history and mystery. As always, here at Urban Legends Uncovered, we aim to explore those intriguing spaces where fact meets fiction, shedding light on the shadows of our collective psyche. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and remember, some mysteries are best left unsolved.
You've been listening to Urban Legends Uncovered. If you enjoyed this podcast, please click the subscribe button to get alerted when we drop a new episode. And make sure to visit us at www.urbanlegendsuncovered.com. We'll see you next time.